My dad took a janitor job at my high school. I spent 4 years pretending I didn't know him. He had a degree in engineering, worked at a firm downtown for 11 years, good salary, company car, the whole thing. Then one summer, right before my freshman year, he quit. Told my mom he needed a change. She didn't buy it. Neither did anyone else. He started as a custodian at my high school that September. Same building I walked into every morning. Same hallways, same cafeteria. I was 14 and I was mortified. He never made it weird, never waved at me in the halls, never came to my lunch table, never called me son in front of anyone. He just mopped floors, emptied trash cans, and nodded at me the same way he nodded at every other kid. But people figured it out. Of course they did. Small town, same last name. By October, guys on the team were calling me Janitor Junior. I laughed along because that was easier than defending him. I asked him once, sophomore year, to please find a different job. He was sitting at the kitchen table, still in his uniform, hands smelling like bleach. He looked at me for a long time and said, "I will when you graduate." I didn't understand what that meant. I just thought he was being stubborn. 4 years. 4 years of walking past my own father in the hallway and barely making eye contact. 4 years of him quietly showing up at 6 a.m., leaving at 4, and never once asking me to acknowledge him. He kept his word. The week after I graduated, he resigned, went back to engineering, got rehired within a month like nothing had happened. I went off to college and mostly forgot about it, filed it under weird dad stuff, and moved on. Then last month, my mom had a stroke. She's recovering, but while I was home sorting through paperwork, I found a folder in his desk, manila envelope, no label. Inside were 4 years of emails between my dad and my high school principal. Freshman year, a kid in my grade had been following me home twice. He showed up at our house after dark. My mom called the school. Nothing happened. My dad called the police. They said, without a direct threat, their hands were tied. So he took the janitor job. Not because he needed a change, not because he was stubborn, because he wanted to be inside that building every single day. From the moment I walked in until the moment I walked out, the emails were detailed. He tracked the kid's schedule, reported every incident in writing, and quietly made sure he was always somewhere nearby between my classes. 37 emails. 37. In one of them, the principal wrote, "Mr. Torres, I think the situation has stabilized. You don't need to keep doing this." My dad's reply, one line, "I'll stop when he graduates." I sat on his office floor and I just broke. He gave up his career, his salary, his dignity, 4 years of his life so he could mop floors 20 feet from a son who was too embarrassed to even look at him. I called him that night. Took me 3 tries to get the words out. I said, "Dad, I found the emails." Long pause. Then quiet, almost annoyed. "You weren't supposed to see those." I said, why didn't you tell me?" And he said something I will carry for the rest of my life, because then you would have been scared. And I didn't take that job so you could be scared. I took it so you'd never have to be.